Hey yo, what's up, baby? Hey yo, it's your boy TP, and we back with another Motivational Monday. Hey yo, you know, growing up, I was nice in basketball, right? I really love sports, and to this day, I still do, because sports is a great metaphor for the real world, right? And what's a metaphor? A comparison without using like or as. So when you look at the world of sports and look how it relates to life, you're going to start noticing that there's a lot of similarities. For example, the difference between the MVP, like in the NFL, the MVP can have 50 touchdowns, the runner-up will have 48, and the third place will have 46. Like, do you realize, oh, that's a 4-touchdown difference? You can get 4 touchdowns in one game. Like in baseball, the guy that hits the most home runs, he might hit like 74, the second place, 68, the third, like, it's really this narrow of a margin. Pitchers, right? Yo, your strikeout ratio, the difference is .001 sometimes. There's really this thin of a margin between the ones that get the trophy and the ones that don't, right? And listen, because there's two comparisons in there. The first comparison is the ones that get the trophy and the ones that don't. The successful and the unsuccessful. The haves and the have-nots. Don't fool yourself. There's a very thin line. Winners win and losers lose. And that's not just in sports, right? Sometimes you have to literally set yourself up for success in this thing called life, just like sports. And there's teamwork that goes into it, just like sports. There's a lot of things that goes into it, just like sports. And guess what the second metaphor was? Remember the .001, just that slim margin of, yo, it's like that in real life. You can miss out on a contract that can change your life because you didn't have one piece of paperwork signed. You can miss out on an opportunity to change somebody else's life because you overslept and you were late by 1 minute. Or, yo, I promise you, you can show up on time, and guess what? You 10 minutes early, somebody running 5 minutes late, and you get the job just because you was early. It's really that thin of a margin. But guess what this is all about? It's all about perspective, right? How do you view something? And this is what I learned. I learned how to channel that energy. So when I was coming out for basketball, yo, they would announce this number 24, Tavon Parker. Run out all this energy, right? Butterflies, I'm ready to go compete. I'm ready to go compete. Yo, when I'm talking to these kids and I'm doing my thing with the Advantage program and I'm in business meetings, that same passion, that same energy, that same fire in my belly, it's that same thought process, right? I just learned how to take the basketball and put it into the business world. A lot of people struggle because I promise you, it's easy to do what you like to do, right? And there's adults right now today that still struggle because they've never figured out how to take the energy from what they like to do and apply that to the energy for the things they don't like to do. And the sooner you can figure that out, guess what? Guess what? The sooner you're gonna be successful, right? The haves, the have-nots. But too often, we try to lie to ourselves and we try to play ourselves, right? Think about how many times you watched your team lose and the first thing you said the next day, oh, we only lost because of what? One play, right? Oh, the Eagles, we only lost because of that face mask. Oh, we only lost because they missed that 3. Oh, we only lost because of the buzzer beater. We only lost because he was hurt. You know, this thing called excuses. It doesn't matter if it's sports. It doesn't matter if it's the real life. Excuses don't pay bills. And that's another thing, right? If you're going to be a winner, if you're going to be successful, at some point you can't do excuses. Why? Because excuses don't result in wins. Excuses make a way out for losers. And I hate to call you a loser, but if you're making excuses for yourself and while you're down on your luck, guess what? That's not a winner's mentality. That's what I mean by perspective. All of this thing is a mentality, right? How do you view what you do? In this thing called life, your mentality will dictate the energy you put towards something. And if you really want to be successful, if you really want to make it in whatever you say you want to do, you better make sure that the way you view that thing, the mentality you have towards that thing, is something that is sustainable. Because I promise you, there's nothing worse than starting something and stopping something, right? I've seen it all the time. People will start a business and stop a business. Start another business, stop that business. Jump on a trend, get off that trend. Yo, I'm telling you, if you really want to be successful in this thing, you have to view what you do with the amount of energy that I view basketball with the amount of energy that you view being a parent with. Like the things that you like, you gotta start viewing everything like you do that. So hey, yo, it's your boy TP. This ain't about basketball. It's not about football, baseball. It's about how you view this thing called life and the small difference between the haves and the have-nots. Because I really want you to be successful. Hey, yo, let's get it, baby.